Hi there, and welcome to another edition of Does It Bite? The Bug Tech podcast that teaches you to know that pest. Your life might depend on it. I'm here with Michael Askew.
Hey.
He's our Bug Tech manager. How are you, Michael?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great, and I'm Stephanie Fox. So today we're going to talk about mosquitoes, and I'm going to tell you it is already hot, like I'm fanning myself. As the weather warms, we've had a little bit of moisture, mosquitoes come out. So talk to us about this particular pest problem.
Yes, mosquitoes are a pest. That's when people think about pests, they think about mosquitoes. You go outside and you try to enjoy, a nice little backyard barbecue with the family and friends, and then the mosquitoes show up and crash your party.
Yeah, that buzzing in your ear, you're itching, and once you see one, like everything starts itching.
Right.
So you've got a good mosquito story for us. I've asked you to sort of think about this, or as we like to call them, pescapades. Like escapades, like a mosquito adventure that hopefully has a happy ending. So talk to us about the dangers of mosquitoes, because they do transmit disease, and I think that you have a story about that.
Yes, so before I worked here, I used to be a vector control agent for the city of Lubbock.
Okay, what does that mean, vector control?
So a vector control, so let's go back and talk about a vector.
Okay.
A vector is anything that can transfer a human disease to a human.
Okay.
So mosquitoes are vectors. Ticks are vectors. There's a lot of different things that are vectors that can transfer a human disease. So vector control is those guys who drove around at night and sprayed chemical through the air and stuff like that. So I worked there, and my boss at the time got really sick, and we didn't know why he was sick. And we found out that he was bitten by a mosquito and contracted West Nile.
Oh, wow.
So even the guys who actually work in mosquito control can get West Nile. So it's very important to have mosquito control going on in your municipality, in your town, your city, even in your home, in your backyard.
All right, so what are the things that Bug Tech can do for a customer who feels like they have a mosquito problem either inside the home or in the yard?
Yeah, so it's very important to, have that done for your home. Not only just to, say it's been done, but to protect your family.
Right.
These guys can transfer, diseases to your family. And we've seen bad situations with children getting West Nile and Zika, things like that. So it's very important. So Bug Tech will come out and assess your situation. We will come out and we'll check on what's going on in your backyard, in your front yard, around your home. Is there any standing water? Is there anything that would attract mosquitoes there? And then we're going to look at, overhangs, places like that where mosquitoes like to rest. So then we'll talk to you about what's going on, and then we'll develop a plan to tackle those things for you.
So there are things that we always hear about how important it is to protect ourselves, like citronella candles or, mosquito spray that we put on our bodies. How effective is that? That's
very effective. You always want to protect yourself. So citronella is a nice natural way of doing it, but you also have the manufactured ways. So you're talking about anything that has DEET in it that's going to protect you. Of course, you want to wear long sleeves, long pants.
Okay.
I understand it gets hot. If you don't want to do that, just make sure that you're wearing DEET to protect yourself from mosquito bites. DEET is one of the best ways to doing it, but I know a lot of people are on a natural kick nowadays.
Sure.
So my mom even uses a chemical from Avon that helps out, like a lotion or something that she uses.
Okay.
So that's a more natural way of doing it.
Okay.
But, you always want to make sure you're protecting yourself, because these guys can transmit so many diseases that can affect you and your family.
So can you tell us, how do you know if you might have gotten some sort of illness based on mosquito bites? Are there symptoms?
There are, and I'm not a medical doctor.
Right.
Disclaimer, not a medical doctor. But you always want to get checked out. When you go to the doctor, you let the doctor know that, you were bitten by a mosquito 2 or 3 days ago, yesterday, whatever.
Yeah.
And that way they can actually go into the test, because I know some tests are expensive, and a lot of medical practices don't test for things like that. So you want to let them know that's what's happened. That way they can actually test for it.
And just to be aware of that. Yeah. So okay, I don't know if this is truth or if this is, fiction, but I understand because it seems like we go out and like I always get bitten, but my husband comes home unscathed every time. So are mosquitoes attracted to certain people or certain perfumes or certain winning personalities? Do they bite some people and not others?
Well, first we have to go back to the biology of the mosquito.
Okay.
So the male mosquito does not bite because the male mosquito doesn't need blood to survive.
I didn't know that.
So the male mosquitoes.
So is that why they bite? Because they need blood?
Right. The female needs the blood to reproduce.
Okay.
So that's why she bites. The male will go into pollen, help pollinate and things like that. Because I had a guy ask me, he said, what's the point of mosquitoes? Well, they help pollinate.
Okay,
they really do.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's very important that they pollinate. But the female mosquito is the one that bites.
Okay.
So she needs the blood to reproduce.
Okay.
So, and go back to your question about which one are they attracted to? Mm-hmm. Well, it all depends on the person.
Okay.
There's been some myths about blood types.
Yeah, I read that men with type O blood are most likely to be bitten.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's going to be like university type
sure
research.
And I don't know that anybody ever really knows that, do they?
Yeah, I mean, there's research going on, and it's been going on for years, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But some people just don't react to insect bites.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with bed bugs. We have some bed bugs that will seem like they bite one person, but not bite the person in the same bed.
Or you get bitten and it's small, but like I know my son when he was little would get bitten and just welts.
Right.
Like he had some sort of allergic reaction.
Right. Yeah, and people react differently to insect bites.
Yeah.
So, that's one thing that you have to take into consideration.
Right.
Because my daughter, she'll get bit by a mosquito and man, she'll just welt up real big.
Yeah.
But like me, I'm
it's nothing.
It just, and
it's because you got tough skin.
That's it. And that's just who I am. And mosquitoes see me coming and they know who I am and they run. So that's.
And see, I have such a winning personality. They're just attracted to me. Right. I end up with bug bites everywhere. All right, so I want to ask you another question because we there's some DIY, some over-the-counter type like fogging and misting that you can do in your backyard. Mm-hmm. And then I know Bug Tech has a system called Mist Away. Can you kind of compare and contrast those types of mosquito treatments for us?
Yes, so, you always have your home remedies in everything that we do.
Right.
There's some things that grandma used to do and great-grandma used to do.
Right.
And some of those could be effective at times, but you always want to make sure that when you're coming to your family, when it comes to your family, that you're doing the best that you can.
Right.
We do have a system called a Mist Away system that is a system that mists automatically. And what it uses a plant from Africa. That way the mosquitoes don't become immune to it. So it's not really green because we can't use that word in pest control.
Okay.
But it's derived from the plant.
But it's natural.
Okay. Yes. And there is a PBO, which is a additive to it that makes it attractive to the mosquito because the mosquito is so small that the droplet has to attach to the mosquito. So with that little chemical makes it attracted to the mosquito. So we do put that in, and it's a system that goes off on its own. So we can program it as Bug Tech. We come in and program it, and make sure that it goes off a certain amount of times during the day for a certain amount of time.
Right.
So we can make it go off for a minute, 2 minutes. We can make it go off right before you go out to enjoy the evening or in the morning before you go out for a walk. So it's different things like that that we could do with Mist Away. It's very, very good system that we can use from mosquitoes.
So if you have invested in a backyard, it's a nice patio area, you're cooking out, you entertain, you're out by the pool, that would really be a good investment for a homeowner who spends a lot of time and has put a lot of investment out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's another living space for us.
Yeah.
And so that really makes it comfortable year round.
Yeah, especially in West Texas. You have the West Texas sunsets that you want to go out there and enjoy.
Yeah.
But when you're out there and mosquitoes are attacking you, that's a downer on your day.
Yeah.
So with the Mist Away system, it could go off before you go out there, and you can be mosquito free while you're out there enjoying your West Texas sunset.
I love that.
Yeah.
So this time of year in the summer, why do mosquitoes seem to be worse And what are some of the things that a homeowner can do to sort of keep them at bay?
So mosquitoes are a warm season breed of pests. Now, we do have some winter mosquitoes, but most mosquito species are warm weather.
All right.
So when the temperature gets above 40 degrees, 50 degrees, and then we start to have rain, we start having the floodwater mosquitoes, we start having the artificial container mosquitoes coming around, that's when they really start to breed and start to go up.
Okay, so they need that moisture to breed. So standing water in the backyard, kiddie pools, even dog bowls.
Even green pools.
Really?
So pools that people aren't taking care of, that has that just a little bit of water in it, then the leaves are in it and everything like that. So those leaves provide bacteria for the larvae and the pupa to eat on before they become an emerged adult.
So any kind of damp debris in the yard is an attractor for mosquitoes.
Yes, and especially during the summertime because the sun is beating down, it's creating the chemical effect in the water, which breeds bacteria for the mosquito larva and the pupa to eat. And now we have a great breeding environment for these guys. And the biggest thing that we tell folks is get rid of the water situation. And the flooding situation, we understand. We can't get rid of that because we are so thankful for the rain when it comes.
Amen.
And when we have drainage ditches that have water in it that's standing there for a while, we will then start seeing mosquito populations starting to rise a little bit. Even bug tech, we actually do some what we call dipping. We'll actually go out to these drainage ditches or standing water, and we'll dip the water to find any pupa, any larva in the water to let us know that this area is primed for mosquito activity.
Wow, wow. So if someone is noticing mosquito issues, they better call Bug Tech.
Right.
Tell me what that treatment looks like and what that process is for a homeowner.
Okay, so we've already talked about the mist away system that we can actually come out and do, but we also have a more affordable way of doing it, and that's when we come out and do a misting for you at your home. We would mist the foliage, the leaves, the overhangs, grassy area, anywhere mosquitoes like to hang out. So we're actually targeting the adult mosquito. Now, the baby mosquito, the larva and the pupa, we can target those by just dumping out the water that you have. So, you know, we're going to come out, we're going to assess the situation, see what's going on, and then we could do a misting application for you and your home. We'll do the backyard, front yard, side yards, whatever you have. We'll make sure that we're trying to get as much of the adults killed as possible. And we actually use a residual. So a lot of times when you see misting going on, it's almost like an instant kill. So you see it in the air, kills a flying mosquito, and if the mosquito's not flying, you don't kill it. So we're looking for residuals. So we're going to put a residual down so when the mosquito lands, it gets the chemical on them and then kills them all. All
right, that's awesome. So that's another episode of Does It Bite? We know the answer to that question when it comes to mosquitoes. Heck yeah, they bite. But if you've got a mosquito problem, you better call Bug Tech. Let Michael know. He and his staff can get out there and take care of it. And we'll see you next time on Does It Bite?